Do we have the CS in the House?
Thank you. Honorable CS, welcome to the Senate. The question that we've been invited to respond to is question number 005 by the Senator for Kirinyaga County. I'm meant to understand that the response has been filed, and that, honorable senators, you do have a copy, each one of you, of the response to allow you build your supplementary question, if any. At this juncture, therefore, I will allow the Senator for Kirinyaga, the Honorable Senator James Murango, to proceed to ask the primary question. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity. I'll be asking two questions. And A will be, could the Cabinet Secretary provide details of all water projects budgeted for by the national government in Kirinyaga County in the financial year 2023 and 2024? And B, are there plans to supply water to residents of Morateri area in Geshogo constituency through the Kerugoya Kudus water supply project by installing additional water distribution pipes? And if so, could the Cabinet Secretary indicate the timelines? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
CS, proceed.
Honorable Speaker, members of the Senate, I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this chance to come here and share some insight on the question asked by the Honorable Senator James Murango. The last time I was here, Honorable Speaker, is when I was Minister of Land, Public Works and Housing, and I'm happy to be here today as a sitting minister in charge of water, sanitation and irrigation. Honorable Speaker, I wish to reply as follows on the question that provides details of all water projects earmarked for funding by the national government in Kirinyaga County in the financial year 2023-2024. Honorable Speaker, in financial year 2023-2024, the national government has allocated a budget of Kenya shillings 135 million for construction of Ngariama Njukeine water supply. The project is being implemented by Tana River Works Development Agency, and the scope of works includes: 1, construction of intake works, laying of 70 kilometers raw water gravity main; 3, construction of 4,200 cubic meters per day of water treatment works; 4, laying of 15 kilometers treated water gravity main; 5, laying of a 5 kilometer Mbiri Gechonjo distribution line; 6, laying of 4 kilometer Kiangoro distribution line; and 7, rehabilitation of 3 existing storage tanks. The project is located in Ngariama and Njukeine wards of Geshogo constituency, and upon completion, it will benefit the same wards with clean and potable water. The targeted beneficiaries are approximately 14,000 households, including major learning institution and other public institution in the supply area. The project commenced on 22nd March 2023 with a contract duration of 18 months and will be completed on 22nd September 2024. Works are currently ongoing. However, the project has experienced challenges contributing to slow progress of works. The overall progress achieved to date is about 10%, and the challenges, Honorable Speaker, experienced include: 1, delay in obtaining the special use license for Kenya Forestry Services. The license was eventually granted on the 29th of September 2023. The other challenge was that although Tana Waterworks Development Authority received the special use license as aforesaid, the works could not commence because the license required Tana Works Agency to make payments to Kenya Forestry Services. Tanawax Water Development Agency was unable to make these payments due to delay in disbursement of exchequer funds. To forestall further delay, Tanawax requested KFS to allow the construction of 2 gates at Gadhandeni Forest, which would open up access to the intake works and water treatment works while awaiting the disbursements. Tanawax has given KFS its undertaking to make the payments once the disbursement is received. Despite the said challenges, Honorable Speaker, the following has been achieved. 1, obtaining of the special use license from Kenya Forest Services on the 29th September 2023. 2, mobilization of plant, equipment, and personnel by the contractor. 3, excavation, laying, and backfilling of 2 kilometers of clear water pipeline. And number 4, obtaining approval from Rhino Act Trust. Rhino Act Trust is they maintain the perimeter walls of that area to allow for construction of 2 gates at Gadhandeni Forest fence line section to open up access to the intake works and water treatment works respectively. Honorable Speaker, in addition to the above, I wish to also state that the Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation is also undertaking other projects within Kirinyaga County, which are at various levels of planning and implementation stages, as shown in Annex 1 attached here with. On question number B, plans, whether there are any plans to supply water to residents of Muratiri area in Geshogo constituency through the Kerugoya Kutus water supply project by installing additional water distribution pipes, and if so, could the Cabinet Secretary indicate the timelines? Honorable Speaker, the Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation through Tanawax development agencies has prepared and submitted to the African Development Bank a proposal for detailed design for expansion of Kerugoya Kutu's water supply project to benefit residents of Muratiri area. This will be done through laying of water supply distribution lines from an offtake point along water transmission mains of the Kerugoya Kutu's water supply project. This proposal is currently being assessed by the African Development Bank. It is estimated that the costs for the proposed project will be Kenya shillings 198 million. This amount is to be financed by the African Development Bank, while the government of Kenya is expected to provide 40 million Kenyan shillings, counterpart funding for wayleave and land acquisition costs. The actual scope of works will be determined after approval and a detailed design is undertaken. However, the scope of works outlined in the concept brief submitted to the bank is as follows. 1, construction of offtake chamber and associated works. 2, excavation, pipe laying and backfilling for 28.4 kilometers pipeline. Number 3, construction of road and river crossings. Number 4, construction of valve chambers. Number 5, installation of pipeline appurtenances. The project will commence by July 2024 and is expected to be completed before the conclusion of the African Development Bank Kenya Town Sustainable Water Supply and Sanitation Program, which will end in December 2025. Upon completion, the project is projected to benefit approximately 50,000 people in Raimu, Ruambiti, Kariru, Kirerema, Guama, Kiarori, Dondoni, Gatu, Gashiki, Ngeroshe, Kutus, Mekarara, Rukenya, Njuku East, Njuku West sublocations, all of Kirinyaga East sub-county. Honorable Speaker, I submit.
Thank you, Honorable CS. Senator Morango. Do you have any supplementary questions or question?
Asante. Mr. Speaker, niko na maswali mbili ya ziada. Ya kwanza ningetaka kumuuliza waziri kama anajua fika ya kwamba taasisi ya kupeana huduma za maji ambayo inaitwa Tana Water Works ambayo inafaa kupeana huduma Nyeri, Kirinyaga, Tharaka Nithi, Embu, Meru, nadhani wakati mwingine wanaenda mpaka Marsabit, kwamba pesa ambazo wanafaa kupatiwa, kwa sababu sasa tuko katika rombo ya 3 wa mwaka wa bajeti wa mwaka 2023-24, kwamba ningetaka niulize kama anajua ya kwamba fedha ambazo zinafaa kuwa zimewafikia sahihi hazijawafikia, na kwa hivyo hawajaweza kuendelea na mipango ya kupeana maji katika kaunti nilizotaja. Na swali yangu ya pili ni kwamba kwa barua ambayo nilimwandikia waziri kuhusu Kiverigwe Farmers Cooperative Society, na kama atakuwa na usalama wa chakula, lazima tuendelee kufufua na kupeana huduma katika maeneo ambayo inakuza chakula. Kuna mipango yoyote kama nilivyomwandikia barua ya kufufua Kiverigwe Farmers Cooperative Society ili waendelee kuzalisha chakula katika eneo la Ndia upande wa Kirinyaga? Na mwishowe kabisa katika hiyo swali, dhiba damu ambayo ilitengenezwa, kuna wakazi ambao walikuwa wanafaa kupewa maji. Eneo wale wakazi wa karibu na dhiba damu, eneo inaitwa Kanjarara, kuna mipango yote ya kupatia wale watu maji? Asante sana Mr. Speaker.
Honorable CS.
Asante sana Senator kwa swali hilo. Mwanzo kabisa ni vizuri nielezee waheshimiwa na Speaker kwamba tuna agencies 9 ambazo huwa zinatekeleza kazi ya wizara katika regions ambazo zinasimamia, na Tana Water Works ni moja yapo ya zile agencies. Kwa hivi sasa nataka kuelezea Speaker na honorable members kwamba kuna pesa ambazo tumepata na zitaweza kugawanywa katika zile agencies zote. Kwa hivyo mambo mengine ambayo yalikuwa yamesimama sasa huenda yatatekelezwa. Pili, wakati tulipokuwa tunafanya mradi huu wa Kenya Towns Sustainable Water and Sanitation Program, kuna hela ambazo tuliweza kubakisha. Kwa hivyo zile ndizo tumetumia ADB ambao ni wafadhili wa miradi hii, ili waweze kuturuhusu tuweze kutumia katika miradi ambayo haikukamilika. Honorable Speaker, when this program of Kenya Towns was being implemented, there's one component of the last mile that was not included in the design. So what we had, because since it's a small component of the bigger project, the expectation was the county governments would take over. Unfortunately, very few county governments have undertaken that. That's why the ministry has undertaken to make sure that all these projects that don't have that last component, we complete them using the savings that we got from that program. On Dibadam, we have plans to provide distribution of up to 30,000 cubic meters per day of fresh drinking water, and plans are underway to source for funding. Kwa hivyo mheshimiwa, katika jambo hilo la Dibadam, but apart from the irrigation, there is that component of having clean water for use by people who will be living there. So as the ministry is looking for funding to make sure that that one is achieved. On Kiberegu Cooperative Society, Honorable Speaker, the issue of cooperatives is not under the mandate of the ministry. Maybe that we can pick it up, where Senator can pick it up with the Ministry of Cooperatives to know when it will be revived. Thank you. I submit.
Senator Mundigi.
Asante, Bwana Spika. Swali langu ni kwa waziri wa maji. Bwana waziri, katika Embu County tuko na 4 sub-counties, Mbeere North, Mbeere South, upande wa chini. Kilimo yetu ni muguka na miraa na pia na pamba na ndengu na vitu zingine siku hizi. Na wakati serikali ya Kenya Kwanza imechukua usukani, imetuahidi damu 3 ambaye iko upande ya juu. Kuna Dhambana ambaye inafaa isaidie watu wa Manyata na Mbeere South, upande wa Mwea na Kiambere, na upande wa Dhosi, upande wa Runyenjes isaidie upande wa Mbeere North, na pia Kamomo ambaye itasaidia upande wa Mbeere North, ndio kilimo iwe kilimo bora. Bwana waziri, tungetaka uambie watu wa Embu County hiyo maneno imefika wapi, kwa sababu nakumbuka wakati wa kiangazi, nakumbuka kwanza upande ya Mbeere, upande ya hiyo damu rafiki wangu anatanja, ilikuja ikalete shinda, unakuta ng'ombe silikuva, mbuzi silikuva, na watu kukawa na shinda ya maji. Sasa Bwana waziri, nataka utuambie hii miradi 3 itaanza wakati gani, tuweze watu wa Embu County waweze kutapika na waweze kuwa na kilimo bora. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Honorable CS and honorable senators, you know, supplementary questions must flow from the primary question. If you ask a question that is so unrelated to the primary question, we've had problems with CSs responding comprehensively to such supplementary questions, because then it calls upon the CS to go back and collect more information. So let your supplementary questions flow or get related to the primary question to enable the CS respond comprehensively. Proceed, Honorable CS, to respond.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. On the Dhambana Dam, Honorable Speaker, we are aware as a ministry we are undertaking to do 100 dams, and one of these dams, and all these dams are under the PPP program, and one of these dams that we are considering is the Dhambana Dam. We are receiving proposals, Honorable Speaker. Today we have a meeting to go through all those proposals. So I want to assure the Honorable Senator something is happening as far as Dhambana Dam is concerned. On Kamumu, we have submitted, Honorable Speaker, our proposal to UKF for review, and we are hopeful that these dams will be implemented after we get they go through the initial stage of the proposal. So I want to assure the Senator that we have on course 100 dams that we want to implement, but now what we are doing is to look for people whom we can partner with to make sure that we realize the implementation of these dams. I submit.
Senator Olekina.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. Mr. Speaker, I have a supplementary question to the question asked by the senator from Kirinyaga. When I was listening to the Cabinet Secretary giving his responses, he alluded to the fact that there is money that the ministry has obtained and it's going to fill the gaps, particularly when he was responding on the issue of the water agencies. Now, can the Cabinet Secretary provide full details of the amount that they have obtained, the time frame that is going to take to pay these water agencies? I have a very big problem discussing the issue of water because water is devolved. But the ministry, through the agencies, have the largest share of the budget. So can the minister be a bit specific in terms of the amount that he alleged to have been obtained that will be able to fill in the gaps and pay the water agencies? Provide details of the funds which the state has obtained And then, maybe just to clarify on his last sentence, he alluded to the fact that he's also looking for more money. Does that relate to the query that the distinguished senator had asked? And then finally, on the issue of these funds that you allege to have obtained.
Senator Ladama, let me refer you to Standing Order 51. 51C7. Upon the issuance of a response or making of a statement under paragraph 1, the Speaker may allow any other senator to ask a supplementary question, meaning one. You've asked one, let the CS respond to it.
Oh.
You want to ask another one?
No, I'm not asking, Mr. Speaker, sorry. I'm not asking another question. I'm only asking the same question. I'm only giving him fodder. Giving him fodder, Mr. Speaker, for him to be able to respond. Allow me 30 seconds to finalize my one question.
He has enough fodder.
So the question, Mr. Speaker, if you allow me, is that we're coming to the end of the financial year. And the minister has alleged that he has obtained money to complete the project that the distinguished senator had queried. So can he be specific in terms of the deliverables, the timeframes, so that at least the query that has been asked by my colleague will be responded to satisfactorily? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Proceed, Honorable CS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. As I had mentioned earlier, what we have received as a ministry is the allocation for the first quarter, which is 4 billion, and that will be dispersed to the waterworks agencies immediately. What again I talked about was the savings that we received or we got from the Kenya Towns waterworks programs, and that's why we have written to the ADB so that we can get a no objection, and then we start finalizing on the projects that have been hanging. I submit.
Senator Cheriot.
Mr. Speaker, I have a supplementary question to the Minister for which he can choose to answer now or later, because it's a bit detailed and I believe probably will be useful to this House, especially in the consideration of resource distribution. Mr. Speaker, when we recently, a few years ago, had a debate on revenue share between counties, proximity to service is one of the factors that we consider, though on many occasions we consider health services. So my supplementary question to the Minister is in relation to availability of water to the citizens, and to find out if, as a ministry, they have commissioned a study that will help the policy makers, who include us in Parliament, who do budgets, on a countrywide study that will give a map of how close to water citizens are, because I'm aware that there are certain counties where citizens have to travel extremely far to access water, and whether that study is what guides them as a ministry when they are making decisions on where to place the next water service availability, especially on mega projects like dams and other such services, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, the Minister can respond if there is such a study, or if it's something that he wants to reflect and give us the next time he appears before the House, I'll still be fine. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable CS, proceed.
Thank you very much, a Majority Leader, for that question. Honorable Speaker, Kenya, today, we all know that 80% of our country is either arid or semi-arid. And accessibility to water is about 72%. What I want to report here is that at least each Kenyan has accessibility to water within a range of 2 kilometers, and for areas that really need to have water closer to the citizen, I can assure this House that as a ministry, we are mapping out those areas. And with the little funds that we get, we are making sure that every Kenyan gets access to clean water as enshrined in our Constitution. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Kavindu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question to the CS is about Maruba Dam. Maruba Dam was begun in 2019 and to date has not been finished. And the contractor keeps on moving the timelines. What is happening, because we really need water? Mr. CS, I know you were not there then, but kindly try to answer.
Honorable CS.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker and the Senator. On the issue of Maruba Dam, Honorable Speaker, I would request that we be given more time to look into it, but here it requires a lot of desilting, but a comprehensive report will be provided to this House or to the Senator if we can have a bilateral between me and him. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable CS, are you in a position to give us time indication when you're going to file that supplementary response?
Honorable Speaker, within a week will be done.
Just file it with the clerk and it shall be transmitted to the Honorable Senator. Senator Kathuri Murungi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My supplementary question, Honorable Speaker, is actually related to what my colleague Senator Morango had asked, noting that the Tana Water Works Agency also covers Meru County. Mr. Speaker, I'm aware that we have lined up several dams that need to be done in this region. But Mr. Speaker, you know we cannot wait for the dams, Honorable CS, which might take some years before you complete them. But we are very desperate with interventions that can help our people. We have discussed with the ministry since the new government, Kenya Kwanza government, came to power. And we have agreed on several interventions on boreholes, water pans, small dams, etc. Which, Honorable Speaker, since we discussed and they were agreed, and we agreed on how we can move forward, including the team going to the ground to survey those projects. Nothing has happened since that time, the year 2023-2024 financial year. So, Honorable Speaker, as we wait for the big projects, big dams, what interventions is the ministry doing in Meru County to make sure that whatever we agreed in the ministry, I can see all the officers in the agency, Tana Waterworks in this House, Mr. Speaker, but every time we are told that there is no allocation for such funds. Now that the CS has indicated that there is some money which is coming in soon, how much is he allocating to Meru? Because we really need to also move together as in this country. Meru is one of the water scarce areas, especially the Nyambene region and the lower zone of Meru County, Mbundaring, Tarakanidi, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable CS.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I agree with the Senator that larger part of Meru County and Tharaka-Nithi has a problem with water. The mitigations we are doing currently as we wait to do the big dams is that we are doing water pans. And also I want to inform this August House that by next week we'll be advertising for boreholes construction. So we are mitigating on the water pans and boreholes because the little money that we get, we can be able to come up with those as we wait for the bigger dams that will serve larger areas. I submit, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Cheptumo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Baringo County is 68% arid and semi-arid. And we are blessed as a county to have Lake Baringo in our county. It's a freshwater lake. And as the leadership of Baringo, Mr. Speaker, we had presented a proposal to the ministry that we can utilize that water from Lake Baringo, take it upstream, and be able to irrigate a bigger chunk of land, which will help Baringo North, Baringo South, and Tiatei in terms of irrigation. And Mr. Speaker, you recall when the former CS appeared here, she confirmed that they were planning to irrigate about 60,000 acres of land. I wanted the CS to confirm to this House, Mr. Speaker, how far they have gone in that planning, because it's going to really, really boost our food production as a county and be able to sort out the current situation of insecurity, which is really affecting that area.
Honorable CS.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much for that question, Honorable Senator. I want to inform the Senator that we have received a proposal from Baringo County on that issue. We are analyzing it as a ministry to see how best we can utilize Lake Baringo, which is a freshwater lake, to benefit people living within that area. So I want to assure you the ministry is analyzing the proposal that came from the county government of Baringo. I submit, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Mandago.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I would like the Cabinet Secretary for Water, and thank you very much. Yes, at least you have been consistent appearing in the House. In your response to the question by Senator Morango, Honorable CS, you indicated that you are expecting some funds that will be shared amongst the water agencies. We would like to know exactly how much money is going to each water agency so that CS, we can see whether there is equity in the distribution of the resources so that several parts of Kenya can take. And Honorable Speaker, in his response, you also said, CS, that you have savings from Kenya Towns Sustainable Program. The Kenya Towns Water Sustainable Program, Honorable Speaker, had a project in my county called Kipkaren Dam, that the contractor has been on that site for the last
Honorable
8
Senator,
years.
you've asked one question.
It is sustainable. It's just one, but the words. Just allow me 30 seconds, Honorable Speaker. Just finalize on that one. I would like the CS to let us know whether the savings he's talking about is part of what is meant for Kipkaren Dam, so that that money is not savings. He's supposed to complete that project. And the Two Rivers Dam, now that Elred is going to become a city and water is going to be a serious requirement. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Honorable CS.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senator, for the questions. One, we are going to distribute what we got as per the budget. Our water agencies usually have their budget, so this, whatever we've gotten, we're going to make sure that we distribute as per the budget. On the Kipkaren Dam, yes, we've had issues with that dam, but I want to report that the contractor has been terminated, and now we are in the process of getting a new one. On the Two Rivers, it's one among the PPP projects that I said we are looking for people whom we can partner with and implement this project. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Chute.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me take this opportunity to thank the CS for coming here today and also coming with a very strong support team, answering questions efficiently and very well. Honorable Speaker, I got a call from Marsabit. Somebody told me the minister is here today, you must ask this question. And this question is, there is a sewer line being built and a water supply in Marsabit town. The question is, the CS should tell us when is he going to commission, to complete and commission this project very efficiently, because what is happening now, Marsabit town, which is the county headquarters, has a problem of water supply and sewer system. Can the CS please tell us when he's going to commission that water supply and the sewer line? Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable CS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you for that question from the Honorable Senator. Under the Kenya towns, we have the Marsabit water supply project, and with the water, actually there are two. We have the sewer and the water. For the water, Honorable Speaker, we are done. Now what is remaining is the last mile connectivity, which it is among the proposals we have requested the ADB to agree as you say from the savings. So I want to assure the senator that those projects will be commissioned soon. Once we are done with we have a 6.2 kilometer area that had some issues. One, the issue was on land, but now that we have, we are through with that. So I want to assure you, in the shortest time possible, we will be coming there to commission those two projects. Asante.
Senator Veronica.
Water is, sorry, the sewer is what is remaining for 6.2 kilometers.
Senator Chute, you don't exchange words directly with the CS. You're out of order. Senator Veronica.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. Honorable CS, welcome to Senate once again. And you are abreast of your facts, so I will ask you about the Kanyanyaini irrigation scheme, which the executive has undertaken, that it's being resumed. This is a project that was commenced, and in its phase one, it was left incomplete, and Kiawabogo irrigation scheme, and the lower side of Kagema constituency, and how soon the supply of water can be made a reality to the residents of Murang'a County who are living around Dakaine Dam. There has been a far outcry of the water from Dakaine Dam being supplied to Nairobi County and other environs without supplying the very people who live around the same resource of Dakaine Dam. Do you have any information as of now, or do you need more time to respond to that?
Honorable CS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much for that question. On issues of projects that are not complete on matters of irrigation, it is true we have many projects that started but stalled. But I would request on that matter, especially on irrigation, Honorable Speaker, I request that I be given time so that I can give facts when maybe within the next 1 week also, I'll be able to reply to that. But for Ndakaini, the Ndakaini project, the project that's currently ongoing to make sure that people living within that area also get access to that water which is being taken to other areas. I realized, Honorable Speaker, that most projects that we've done have been neglecting, or they have not been considering people living within the upstream or area, and that has been a problem. But as a ministry now, we are going to make sure that going forward, that problem will not be repeated again. I submit, Honorable Speaker.
So, Honorable CS, you file your response to that query that you've left pending
Okay.
with the clerk, and
Right.
it shall be transmitted to the Honorable Senator. Senator Lomenan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wanted to ask the CS whether Lowat Dam in Turkana East exists among the 100 dams identified. Because Lowat Dam, the government promised to construct for over 10 years. So, Mr. Speaker, I would like to know how the people of Turkana County will want to know the status of that Lowat Dam.
Honorable CS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senator. I want to confirm that Lowat Dam is among the 100 dams that are currently going through the PPP program. Thank you. Submit.
Senator Seki.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also want to appreciate and thank the CS for this, for him to appear before the Senate to answer this question. So I want to also to add more on the issue of the money that you've promised that you are likely to get, and other programs, particularly on the PPP. I know that the Ololitikoshi water dam in Kitengela in Kajiado County, and Namanga Dam, which are also part of the PPP projects. I really want to know if you can answer now or later the number of projects that maybe Kajiado County has, in particular on the issues of the money that you intend to have or distribute to these waterworks, particularly on Athi River, Athi Water, and Tanadi, because they have really struggling to complete the projects that they have at their dispense. Thank you very much.
Honorable Spears.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senator. The Ololo Tikoshi Dam is also among the PPP's projects, and also on the number of projects that are in Kajiado. I want to, with your permission, Honorable Speaker, to let the Senator know that within a week's time, we are going to tabulate all these projects, and we will bring them here, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Senator Moruma.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity you've given me to ask about a project in Taita Taveta called Mzima Phase 2. Last year, your predecessor, Honorable Alice Wahome, was here to answer to the same question, and she did state that that project is in business development stage at the PPP in Treasury, and she did indicate that that process would end in around July, and so the project was to commence in September. What I would be wanting to know is why the project has not started and when then it would start. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable CS.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senator. That project, after evaluating it, it was terminated, and I'm told now we are reviewing to see that it starts afresh with, in a way that we will not have issues. So it was terminated because it was, one, very expensive, and it was not attracting investors. So we want to restart the whole process again. I submit, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable CS, when you say I'm told, what exactly do you mean?
No, sorry for that. The position is the project was terminated. And what we are doing now is to do another evaluation so that it's not expensive and it will be bankable and attract attract investors whom we'll partner with. I submit.
Senator Mofire.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I am seeking to know from the CS Water, in a rejoinder to your recent visit to Rakanidi, where we had a very successful engagement with the locals. But immediately after you left, people approached me to get some information from you on the much talked Kiboka Dam, which has seen very many generations talk about it. But the information on the ground is very scanty on the compensation, on when people are expected to move out of the intended land where the dam is supposed to occupy, the timing, and the date of inception. So on the ground, Honorable CS, nothing much is on the ground about Kiboka Dam, which is expected to cover a very big chunk of land, enclosing some part of Kitui and some part of Kamanyaki, location in the Raka constituency, in the Rakanidi County. So I don't know whether you have that information now, or you can maybe get some proper information regarding this much talked about Kiboka Dam, which has been there for very many.
What is your question, Honorable?
The question is the information, Honorable Speaker, that I want to know from the CS. What the information do we have to give to the people? Because there is scant information on the ground about this, the construction of this dam.
Honorable CS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senator. The project you are talking about, it's also, we have a multi-purpose dam known as High Grand Falls. So this will fall within that, and it's among the 100 dams that are under PPP. I submit, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Senator for Mombasa, Haji.
Thank you. Mine is just supplementary on what Senator Maruma had asked about Mzima Springs. You realize that Mzima supplies from parts of Titwandei all the way to Mombasa. And for the last, I don't know, many 60 years or so, nothing has been done about it, just maybe minor repairs and rehabilitations. What plans does the government have to maybe do a second pipeline from Mzima? Because we know there's sufficient water in Mzima, but it's just a matter of putting up a pipeline from the Mzima Springs to Mombasa. Thank you.
Honorable CS.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senator. Yes, as I indicated earlier, yes, we know we have Mzima 1, which is doing well, it's working. Now we wanted to add more water through the Mzima 2, but we realized it was expensive, and we never got investors who could really work with us. So what I submitted earlier is that we are going to re-advertise on Mzima 2 so that we can add more water going to the areas that don't have water. I submit, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Manzo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to ask the CS for water. When is the actual completion time for Dhoka Dam? And I want to thank him for recently visiting it. And after visiting it, there has been questions from the people on what are you going to do about phase 2 and whether it is in the budget program now on taking water to Konza City and the general water to the people, to water town for sewerage and use, and also for irrigation in the counties which will touch this, which include Kitui, Machakos, Makueni, and Kajiado. And then finally, the no-trash water from Kilimanjaro, is seized. When is it likely to restart so that they can supply people to water to the people of Makueni, especially Mali?
Honorable CS.
Oh, thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senator. It's true, I personally visited there, but I missed you a lot. I thought you'd be there. But so far, by the time I was there, the progress of the dam was at 89%. The contractor requested we had more time. We added 3 months. So we are hopeful, and that is the agreement that by the end of May, the dam will be done. After that, of course, we have the other components of power and irrigation. So immediately after this, then we will start the process of getting investors who will partner with us so that we can also complete those other 2 components. I submit, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Senators, this brings us to the end of question 005. And therefore, at that juncture, we're going to release the CS. Thank you so much, Honorable CS, for coming to the Senate for purposes of responding to this question. You are now free to go back to your office. Clerk, kindly usher in the CS in charge of agriculture.